Hey guys, it's me, Lily Rose, the admin here at Encouragement Corner, and we are continuing on today in the book of Luke, chapter 7. It says, when Jesus had finished saying all of this, he went back to Capernaum. Now the highly valued slave of a Roman officer was sick and near death. When the officer heard about Jesus, he sent some respected Jewish leaders to ask him to come and heal his slave. So they earnestly begged Jesus to come with them and help the man. If anyone deserves your help, it is he, they said, for he loves the Jews and even built a synagogue for us. So Jesus went with them. But just before they arrived at the house, the officer sent some friends to say, Lord, don't trouble yourself by coming to my home, for I am not worthy of such an honor. I'm not even worthy to come and meet you. Just say the word from where you are, and my servant will be healed. I know because I am under the authority of superior officers, and I have authority over my soldiers. I only need to say go and they go, or come and they come. And if I say to my slave, do this or that, they do it. When Jesus heard this, he was amazed. Turning to the crowd, he said, I tell you, I have not seen faith like this in all the land of Israel. And when the officer's friend returned to the house, they found the slave completely healed. Soon afterward, Jesus went with his disciples to the village of Nain, with a great crowd following him. A funeral procession was coming out as he approached the village gate. The boy who had died was the only son of a widow, and many mourners from the village were with her. When the Lord saw her, his heart overflowed with compassion. Don't cry, he said. Then he walked over to the coffin and touched it, and the bearers stopped. Young man, he said, get up. Then the dead boy sat up and began to talk to those around him, and Jesus gave him back to his mother. Great fear swept the crowd, and they praised God, saying, a mighty prophet has risen among us, and we have seen the hand of God at work today. The report of what Jesus had done that day spread all over Judea, and even out across its borders. The disciples of John the Baptist told John about everything Jesus was doing. So John called for 2 of his disciples, and he sent them to the Lord to ask him, are you the Messiah we've been expecting, or should we keep looking for someone else? John's 2 disciples found Jesus and said to him, John the Baptist sent us to ask, are you the Messiah we've been expecting, or should we keep looking for someone else? At that very time, he cured many people of their various diseases, and he cast out evil spirits and restored sight to the blind. Then he told John's disciples, go back to John and tell him what you have seen and heard. The blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cured, the deaf hear, the dead are raised to life, and the good news is being preached to the poor. And tell him God blesses those who are not offended by me. And they left Jesus, talked to the crowd about John. Who is this man in the wilderness that you went out to see? Did you find him weak as a reed, moved by every breath of the wind? Or were you expecting to see a man dressed in expensive clothes? No. People who wear beautiful clothes and live in luxury are found in palaces, not in the wilderness. Were you looking for a prophet? Yes, and he is more than a prophet. John is the man to whom the scriptures refer when they say, look, I'm sending my messenger before you, and he will prepare your way before the Lord. I think it's cool that he's saying all these things as a reminder of what John's purpose in life was all about, and how he fulfilled that purpose in all that he did. Right after John has sent disciples to come and say, hey, are you the one? Kind of thing. But he was in prison and he was discouraged. And how often when you and I are discouraged, we question, right? And we ask God. And in his compassion, he just reminds us of the truth. I think it's beautiful. It says, I tell you, all who have ever lived, none is greater than John. Yet even the most insignificant person in the kingdom of God is greater than he is. When they heard this, all the people, including the unjust tax collectors, agreed that God's plan was right, for they had been baptized by John. But the Pharisees and experts in religious law had rejected God's plan for them, for they had refused John's baptism. How shall I describe this generation, Jesus asked. With what will I compare them? They are like a group of children playing a game in the public square. They complained to their friends, we played wedding songs and you weren't happy, so we played funeral songs, but you weren't sad. For John the Baptist didn't drink wine, and he often fasted, and you say, he's demon-possessed. And I, the Son of Man, feast and drink, and you say, he's a glutton and a drunkard, and a friend of the worst of sinners. But wisdom is shown to be right by the lives of those who follow it. And I'm going to stop here today, guys, and we'll pick up the second half of 7 tomorrow.